Hey guys, Eternize here. I thought it would be fitting with Black Friday sales going on to talk about plugins that at any stage of your music career you'll never regret buying. And to be fair, it takes a certain plugin if you can say that over the span of maybe 10-20 years you've continuously used the same plugin without another one taking its place. And that's what I want to talk about. Plugins that fulfill a purpose so well that you'll probably use it for the rest of your career. I've tried so many plugins throughout my 18 years of making music, but the ones I'm sharing with you in this video are the ones that, across multiple genres, in my opinion, are the best in their category. Let's begin with a bang. FabFilter. I think the FabFilter plugins are among the highest quality plugins you can get. At this point, they have really refined every aspect of every of their individual plugins. If we take their EQ for instance, and I know they have a newer version of this, but what's important is that this has everything in an EQ you would ever want. It has an intuitive design, it has helpful visuals, the most efficient EQ adjustments out of any EQ, and this is really underrated, the ability to make fast and precise adjustments. It has all the slopes you would ever want, it has all the filters you would ever want, it has linear phase options. And it now also has more advanced features like dynamic and spectral EQ, but without the plugin feeling bloated. It really is the gold standard of EQs. And this is one of their plugins. I could say the same thing about most of their plugins. This is peak plugin crafting, and I can say for sure you'll never regret buying these plugins. I would say the big four are their best offering, and it just so happens that you can get all four in a bundle, and then you can get 25% off that bundle for Black Friday. Hey guys, real quick, I'm gonna ask for a small favor. I am fully committed to keep sharing my knowledge with you with these videos, and if you share my enthusiasm for Hardstyle, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button and also comment down below so that the YouTube algorithm can get this out to the people with our shared interest. Thank you so much, and back to the video. Next, let's look at delays. For delays, I have H-Delay by Waves and ValhallaDelay. Both are on this list because they just work. They're not very complex, but in most cases you don't want them to be. In most cases you just want to engage the delay and get good results fast. And that's what these two accelerate at. Fast setup, good control over delay timings, feedback and whatnot. Just good sounding delays. And they're cheap too, so if your DAW doesn't have a comparable delay, these are worth looking at. You won't regret buying them. Similarly, let's look at reverb. For reverb, I've chosen to highlight ValhallaRoom. Again, I've created music in maybe 8-10 different genres extensively, and there's none of them where ValhallaRoom doesn't work well. It's just capable of creating such lush and thick reverbs. There's a reason it's so popular across so many genres. Now, I say that, but it's not a flawless plugin. It's not particularly natural sounding. It's very well suited for electronic music where everything is a little more digitalized, but if natural is what you're after, this is not the one. Another thing to be aware of is that the controls are not very intuitive. I've always found that the controls on the right-hand side to be harder and less intuitive to use than on other plugins. It's not to say that they don't work, because they do. The plugin just has a learning curve attached to it. This doesn't take away though that this is still one of the best sounding reverbs for electronic music, and I think you'll have a hard time finding a comparable reverb for $50 now and in the future. Next, we look at Inflator. Inflator is just as stable at this point. It took me a long time to fully understand the plugin, but now I can't imagine a mixing session without it. It's a simple plugin, but it has more use cases than you might think. While the only function it has is to add saturation, The saturation is super clean, and with that you can use it to add loudness, add density and body, reduce dynamics, and with all of these things proving increasingly necessary with today's loudness standards, it's really a no-brainer plugin. Unlike the last plugin, this one works well for every genre, even the more delicate ones. I've seen this go as low as $15, and of course that's a steal, but even at higher prices it's a buy. There's a reason it hasn't changed for 30 years and people are still using it. Next up is ShaperBox. Manual sidechaining has come to stay. I don't think there is an electronic genre today that doesn't use sidechaining. And the reason is simple, it's 100% necessary for the loudness levels we're producing at today. Now, outside of sidechaining, I'm using Volume Shaper for a whole bunch of different things. This goes right from the convenience of using Volume Shaper over traditional volume automation to fully fledged sound design with fast volume oscillation. Now, the full ShaperBox also has all of these other effects like filter and panning, which I'm also using very frequently as well. And if you're really into sound design, over the past years they've added all kinds of crazy effects. And if you have the full ShaperBox, all new modules they add in the future you'll get for free. The plugin is really well designed and is very feature rich. If you don't have a volume shaper, I think you'd be surprised of how much convenience it can add to your sessions. And right now, for $89, I don't think you'll regret it. Alright, lastly, you'll need to at least have a main synth. And the two synths I've chosen to highlight are Serum and Sylenth1. Each of them for their own reason. See, Serum is such an over-engineered beast. I think it can easily be considered the most capable synth out there, and it probably will be for a long time. Sylenth1, on the other hand, has had the same functions for the past 20 years and sounds pretty much the same as back then. But the strength of this plugin lies in its simplicity and, despite that, its ability to produce very high-end sounds. So the reason why I've included both of them in this list is that no matter which one of them you go for, you won't regret it. Serum is the future-proof, highly capable synthesizer that can easily follow you 20 years into the future. Sylenth1 is the proven synth through many years that even the pros are reaching for till this day. And even if they might primarily use a different soft synth, Sylenth1 is still such a staple for so many sounds like basses and pads and chords. I mainly use Sylenth1 and I don't feel limited for what it can do. In many ways, I think that it's the strength of the plugin that is so user-friendly and intuitive and can get sounds going so fast. Anyway, whichever one you choose, and you could run both of them, you won't regret it. It's all up to you and whichever learning curve you're comfortable with. Both have a place now and in the future. $249, that's steep, man. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Are you gonna buy any plugins for Black Friday? Put them in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you for watching and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.